Right, now we're here at the Harrogate Elex Show and we're really, really lucky because we are talking to Mark. Now, Mark, could you tell us who you are within IET?
Yeah, Mark Coles, I head up technical regulations at the IET. We're essentially put this together.
Exactly. So, this has caused a furore in that now everybody has to get up to date with the Amendment 4. Why have you added an Amendment 4?
Well, when you say you, it's jointly published by BSI and IET. Now, when you look at page 18, so when you get your copy of the book, go to page 18, and I'll show you here.
Yeah.
Yes.
You show.
These are, you can't see, it's a lot of text here, but these are all the standards, international and European standards on what BS 7671 is based on.
Mm-hmm.
So when a particular part or section is amended internationally, we have to adopt it within BS 7671.
Okay.
So we have 3 years to do that. Now, conventionally, we go for a new book every 4 years, a full update of the standard. So that's what happened. Now then, you'll see on here there's an amendment in 2024. There was one in 2020. And what happens is there's a set kind of thinking that the book is updated every 4 years because we've got to take in what's happening internationally and within Europe. But every now and again, something comes out of the woodwork. So in 2024, there'd been a death in Australia, actually, and this is all about bidirectional, unidirectional protected devices, as in RCDs. Because if you put a source to supply in the wrong side of an RCD that isn't expecting it, you could burn the RCD out.
Yeah.
So because of that, there'd been a fatality in Australia. So that had to be taken into account. So every now and again, something comes along, and we have to absorb it into BS 7671. So they tend to be quick amendments. The longer term ones, so the last book, the Brown Book 2022, this one's 2026. Yes, a new book after 4 years, but that's the sweep of everything that's come along from those international standards in that time.
So why not just do, these are the 18th edition wiring regulations with all the amendments, so why not just do the 19th edition?
If you look back to what's happened, 16th edition was 1991. 17th edition was 2008, after racking the brain now. 18th edition is 2018. These new editions have come about because it's been a new way of thinking. The 17th edition was more about, we saw lots of RCDs coming out everywhere. Lots of RCDs, bathrooms, swimming pools, and wider, additional protection, things like that. It was more RCDs. Then in 2018, we had the 18th edition, and that was more about the smart, the future, energy efficiency.
Okay.
And that was the link. So that in 19th edition will be something to hang your hat on. So it'll be where the world's going. It'll be, future technologies.
Yeah,
so
like when there's a significant technological advancement, there'll be a new
way of moving. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. And I mean, the critical question that everyone's asking: why orange?
Well, conventionally, it's been in line with the colours of conductors.
Okay.
Orange is a conductor. You look at table 51. But it was harping back to, I'm going to say, what was happening in either the 70s or the 80s. Orange was an established colour then, but hadn't been used. So it's something different. Something different, but to an extent existing.
Okay. And I'm just going to ask you now, because we get a lot of feedback on social media, and people want to know, why do they have to spend another £200? Why do they have to go do another course to get up to date? Like, could you just address some of those concerns, please?
Another course, yes, because there's one of the expressions I've used is the days of the evergreen electrician have gone. Because somebody like me who trained in the 80s, technology moves on. You've got to keep up with technology. So there's always a need to retrain. CPD that is the bottom line. Now, as I mentioned, changes to this book on page 18 were all about the changes we've seen internationally. So we've got to adopt the changes. But the need to retrain is always there. You've got new people, maybe not new people coming in, but those who haven't done anything for a while, you need to keep up with the changes. Because I might go to your house and you've got PV, you've got battery storage. If I've never experienced that before, have I isolated it properly?
Yeah.
Am I exposing myself, the homeowner, the pets, the family, the danger if I don't know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
So there's that need, and we see more and more DC applications coming through. And we're going to see more sources, the DC side of things. Think about our laptops. You plug the laptop in, that power supply gets hot. If we could run everything from DC, we wouldn't need that conversion equipment. So that's the way that the world is going. So we will need to get our head around DC. So there will be a constant change, and it will happen. mean, the gas industry, we've been compared to the gas industry. The gas guys don't have to retrain that often, but they're getting hydrogen, so they will have to retrain if it's
Well, yeah.
if things move on.
Great. Well, thank you. Thank you for talking to us today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the exhibition.
Cheers. Thanks for here.
And you.